Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Vampirella issue number 2 in the greatest Vampirella cover ever. I made a mistake and I thought to myself that maybe this was supposed to be an issue 1 cover because, I mean, hello, why wouldn't you? And it wasn't. So I was really dismayed when I couldn't find it for the first issue. But then the second issue comes up and I look and I'm like, oh my god, yay! So mine. Anyway, yeah, this was a pretty okay book, man. wasn't To me, it wasn't like great. You'd figure that we'd be getting into a really awesome story soon. It's more or less just killing and sex. Oh, what am I saying? This is the perfect Vampirella story. Let's get into who made this comic book. We'll talk a little bit about the book. Seduction of the Innocent. I hate that title. Book 2, The Six Marys. Writer, Christopher Priest. Artist and colorist, Eragon Gunduz. Letters by Willie Schubert. And cover A, Art Germ. Guilhem March does cover B. Faye Dalton on cover C. Eragon Gunduz on cover D. And there's a cosplay cover for E. There's a whole bunch of other variant covers. You can look at the back and see that. So anyway, what do you call it? Lilith, Vampirella's mom, is really upset that Vampirella is so, well, basically lazy. She's like, dude, get up off the couch and go out and freaking do something. And she really only gets up to eat anymore. Well, at least at the time. And then she goes and she hangs out at Club Ecstatics and she, talks with people, and looks like some of these people are actually some pretty famous people, but at the end of the day, they're all just, whatever, silly. And then there's a bit of a nudity scene where we could see Vampirella's butt, and I'm not complaining. In fact, it took me a while to even consider leaving this page. I'm just saying. I mean, I almost went straight to Pornhub and reviewed this comic book there. I didn't, but the creators of what is it? Not Vamp Blade. Zombie Tramp. There we go. The creators of Zombie Tramp were ecstatic when I met them at Fan Expo and told them that I reviewed their comic there on Pornhub. They were so happy. Here, however, not nearly enough nudity for that. So we get the 6 nuns, and they're kind of cool, I guess. I mean, they should have been a lot cooler. Like, I looked at it, I was like, this is freaking awesome. And then when Vampirella goes after them, I'm just thinking to myself, this was really just more like the 4 nuns or however many nuns there were on that movie, Ready to Rumble. I think it was called Ready to Rumble. And all the WCW characters in it. Yeah. David Arquette. Are they all going to start singing Run with the Devil now? I don't know, man. I don't know. This was still pretty fun. There's the bathtub or the swimming pool of blood. There's a bunch of werewolves that had to get dealt with in this one too. It's here's the problem with it. It's Christopher Priest, and I was just expecting a whole lot more from this issue, from this comic book, from this title. It really felt like there should have been more. Zombie Tramp. See, I'm right back there again. Vampirella is one of those comic books that it's going to sell pretty much no matter what you do. So if you're just going to have a very basic Zombie Tramp, oh, for crying out loud. You see how superfluous this is? How easily translatable this is? Like, I get the one thing in my mind, and that's all I can think about now. It's like they're intermittent. They're I don't know, almost indistinguishable from each other at this point. There's not a whole lot of story here. Just because a bunch of things happen in the book doesn't actually mean that there's a lot of story. Now, is there going to be story by issue 6? Maybe. Will I be around to actually investigate that for myself? Maybe not. I just don't see why you're going to have a name like Christopher Priest doing a book like Vampirella if you're just going to be telling a basic Vampirella story where she's killing people and drinking their blood when they're bad guys, getting laid, and just basically being unbeatable. I don't see why you needed to hire Christopher Priest to do this kind of a story. So I'm just saying, I'm hoping this gets a little bit more priestly soon, because look, man, I don't know how many more amazing Art Germ style covers they're going to have. But at this point, I'm just really glad I got this comic book for the cover. You kind of get what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.